Well, it's such an honor to be here, and thank you for the invitation to guide a very brief nature and forest therapy remote session. And normally these sessions would be anywhere between 2 and 3 hours in length. So today we'll get a little taste of nature and forest therapy. And so if next, I serve as an Association of Nature and Forest Therapy certified guide and also a trail consultant for forest therapy trails. Next slide, please. And I'll challenge each of you right now, just look around you, even if you're indoors. If you can get outdoors, I invite you to pulse outside right now. If you can't, just pick up some things around your desk, at your home, wherever you're located in your office, things that represent nature to you. I just walked around and picked up a few things from the natural world to be with me and join me in this journey today. And if you're able to use earbuds, maybe have one hanging out so you can sense the space around you and just place yourself in forest therapy mode, giving yourself that time and just to reconnect to nature. So getting out of your head, out of your mind and into your heart and body. This is an embodiment. Next slide, please. Oh, well, I thought I had placed in nature, but what we're going to do is I invite you to first close your eyes or just gaze downward, no screen time right now. And so this is just an opportunity to reconnect with all of your senses, noticing the pleasures of the senses that bring the pleasure into you. And so first, with your eyes closed, I invite you to your breath. I invite you to breathe in deeply. And I also invite you to stand, if you wish, just to get out of that chair and just be rooted to the ground beneath you, whether it be indoors or outdoors. Closing your eyes, breathing in deeply. Noticing your breath, noticing how your body feels to be breathed, noticing how your body feels to expand as your breath ignites and then releases, and release that breath into the earth beneath you. Noticing the expansion of your chest and your belly as you breathe in, and noticing how your body changes upon the release. And then as you breathe in, I invite you to notice the scents, the aromas in the air around you, indoors or out. Those senses, those deep scents and aromas surround you right now. I wonder if any of these aromas bring memories to you, knowing that this is one of our most powerful senses. Bringing in these aromas, noticing memories that may come. Noticing how these aromas fill your body. And next, noticing how your sense of smell is so deeply connected to our sense of taste. And again, noticing, maybe opening your mouth gently, breathing in like you're breathing in through a straw, sipping in the air around you, maybe even playfully sipping the air in one direction and then the other. Noticing the sensations of the tastes in this air. Maybe even taking your tongue and licking your lips and even the corners of your mouth, noticing something salty or maybe even something sweet. Again, maybe reminding you of a simple pleasure. And then I invite you to the sense of breathing once again, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, releasing, and now bringing these sensations to your sense of sound, hearing the natural world around you, remembering that nature is everywhere, that even we as humans are nature. We are part of nature. And so even noticing any of those sounds that we create, and I invite you to first notice your sound. Notice the sound of your breath as you breathe in and out. And I wonder if this creates any symphony within the symphony of sounds around you. Noticing maybe the sounds of your own body in this symphony. And next, pulsing out from your body just a bit, noticing those sounds that are a little more distant. Just around your body. Noticing how they might weave into this symphony, into your symphony, melded with the symphony of sound around you. And then lifting your hands to your ears and cupping your hands behind your ears. Maybe like your favorite furry friends. Pulling your ears towards the front. Turning your head in different directions, noticing any sounds around you. Noticing the sounds that are farthest away. And then dropping your hands to your side and pulsing your palms outward. I wonder what sensations you might feel upon your skin. I wonder if you feel coolness wrapping the skin of your body. Or maybe the sun even shining through a window. Or the heat that envelops your body. The texture of your skin, both beneath your clothing and that which is exposed. Bringing your hands together, feeling, touching the sensations of your own skin. And then if you brought something with you that reminds you that nature is everywhere, maybe bringing that to hold next to you, touching it, feeling it, noticing its sensations mixed and melded with yours. Noticing if you're holding something in your hand, noticing the weight. Noticing the weight of you and this piece of nature that now is a part of you. Noticing how your body feels held to the earth. Whether seated or standing. I now invite you to your imaginal sense. And this is not necessarily imagination, it is just this sense of noticing. And I invite you to Imagine as if you are a tree. And this tree is deeply rooted into the ground. With your head as the crown and absorbing the sunlight around you, grasping this energy, feeling the sensations of the heat, feeling the energy flow through you, your body, your trunk, your branches and leaves being pulsed down into your trunk, creating a resilience within you. Imagining your feet or wherever you're seated, imagining roots extending from beneath you, extending into the soil. Imagining your roots being enveloped in mycelium, which pulses energy and connection and nutrients to all of these trees around you. Imagining all of us in community, in this community of trees, in this forest, as we are connected and bringing this energy together. I wonder what your roots and your mycelium might hold and might share with others, with these other trees and others in this forest community beneath you. And then inviting you to draw this energy, this shared existence beneath us, back up through you, your roots, and into your trunk. Again, that resilient trunk that holds you tightly to the ground. Now I invite you to just maybe shift your weight from side to side, imagining you as this swaying tree, noticing these roots being held beneath you. Noticing how you feel held today. Noticing how you feel held among these other trees in this community. And in a moment, I'll invite you to open your eyes, but I'll ask you not to do so just yet. If you're able, I invite you to just turn slowly, again with your eyes closed, just turning in a circle, or if you're seated, just kind of turning from side to side. And I invite you to turn into the direction to which you feel most called. It can be for any reason. I invite you to turn there now and just be in that space with your eyes closed for a moment. And when you feel that you are standing or seated in that direction to which you feel called, I invite you to gently open your eyes and notice the life around you. And I wonder if the life around you, these beings, might notice you too. Next, I invite you to just, in your own mind, now from your heart, but into your head, just tell yourself what you are noticing. What are you noticing in this moment in time, in this space, which we call now? I wonder if you notice colors. I wonder if you notice a breeze. Or I wonder if you notice how the other beings might notice you. Now I invite you for our next invitation to reach out and take something that may have drawn you in today, something from the natural world that we might not normally notice, but that we did today, and bring this to you, noticing with all of the sensations of these five senses, plus the imaginal sense that we just rediscovered. I invite you to take whatever it is into your hands and just noticing with all of your senses, noticing the minute details and whatever this lovely touch of nature has brought to you. Maybe noticing the texture, bringing whatever it is to your face, maybe touching your cheek, bringing it to your nose and breathing this in deeply, whatever this may be to you. Noticing the different colors, and the sensations, those that give you pleasure in this moment. Being present with these sensations. I wonder how this might help you to feel rooted now. I wonder what joy might arise in you in this moment, in this circle. And in this practice, one of the aspects of nature and forest therapy is sharing. And so I'll invite us to go around our circle with a short share. And this share is simply, what are you noticing? And so if you feel called to share, either in the chat or even in this room by taking off your mic, and I'll actually go around our presenter room. I can kind of see you all. Dorothy, I wonder if you would like to share, what are you noticing in this moment?
Thank you, Tamberly. Well, I had a lovely moment with my ivy plant here. Let me find this guy, which we can't really see very well, that hangs out next to my desk all the time. And I really enjoyed just spending some time noticing that there's some new leaves coming, because sometimes I feel like it's a bit neglected, but it's growing beautifully. So that's what I was really taking some joy in.
Thank you so much for sharing, Dorothy. And thank you for bringing your ivy into our circle. Thank you. Dawn, I wonder if you'd like to share what you're noticing.
Well, I am not at home this afternoon, actually at my brother and sister-in-law's house in their office. And this is right in the city of Cleveland Heights, but I'm looking outside to a dense planting of a number of hemlock trees that are kind of interlocked. And it's a pretty still gray day. And I'm just looking at the beauty of their green needles against the gray sky.
Beautiful. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you for bringing them in with us as well. I wonder, Jennifer, would you care to share what you're noticing?
Oh, I actually am looking outside my front window and seeing the trees. I see people walking past, but I see mostly the trees kind of swaying back and forth. Couple squirrels kind of like fighting or playing. I never know what they're doing. Um, but it's funny because in in this moment of having this session, there were no cars that went past me, and I actually live on a fairly busy street, and so it was nice that there was no disruption from humans, so to speak.
Mm. Thank you, Jennifer. Jeanette, would you care to share what you're noticing?
Yes, so I actually have had my window open. I'm sitting in my office at work, and so the preserve is actually right outside my window. And there's a pond and all the leaves are changing. But I've really been noticing is it's about 50 degrees, but I can't quite close the window yet because I still want to feel just that breeze. So I've been really paying attention to kind of the really crisp, cool fall air, that breeze that's coming into my office as you've been doing the meditation.
Thank you so much for sharing. And you're welcome, anyone, to place your shares in the chat. I'm not sure if we can unmute, but please feel called to share. And I see Corey. Oh, Corey had to head out for another ecotherapy that he's doing today. So we're all interconnected there. See, I wonder, I see Nina. Would you care to share what you're noticing?
So I'm in my office and I don't have a window, so I'm basically in the middle of a building, but I'm in Florida, so it's actually been a nice sunny and warm day, and on my way into work, I noticed the crane family that was hanging out on a traffic island, and I noticed an alligator in the stream that goes right by the building where I work that was hanging out in the sun. Right now, I'm noticing that some of the arugula that I planted in my office so I would have some life in here has started to sprout.
Lovely, lovely. Welcome, arugula. And I'll say that generally we move through this practice with a standard sequence of invitations. And although we won't go deeply into this invitation, I feel called to share it with you all because I notice that it is often one of the most powerful invitations, because this practice is not about moving from one place to the next. It's not about getting from here to there. It's about being in the space and the presence of wherever you may be in the world. And the prompt is what or who is in motion. We generally move through this invitation for about 15 or 20 minutes. And you can notice people's tension at first, because it's so difficult to get out of our heads and what happened yesterday or what we have to do later today. And so oftentimes just this act of slowing down to the point at which you're moving so slowly, or maybe even just sitting in one spot, noticing what or who is in motion, can literally slow your rhythm so that your rhythm becomes one with the natural world around you. And this is when so many beautiful things arise, like this yellow jacket on the fruit that I hold here. And I invite you to, throughout your day, stop in the moment. And maybe even with your own food, just mindful eating, breathing in whatever it is that you will embody, that you will take in. And as you take a bite, rolling it around in your mouth, noticing the pleasure of what this offers you and your body, noticing that share. And I'll have to say that I'm noticing this beautiful seed pod that came from a locust just around the bend. And I've never noticed the velveteen sensation. I've always looked at them and thought of them as being shiny and smooth. And so it's surprising me today. It's like slowing down. We begin to notice. We begin to notice these things around us in the natural world. And so I invite you to once again, maybe picking up something that you brought with you again today, no matter where you are, inside or out, and just brushing whatever this is on the palm of your hand, noticing the sensation of touch. And then I invite you to bring your palms together and cupping your hands. I invite you to close your eyes and feel the weight of this forest, nature, indoor air, wherever you may be. Notice the sensation of whatever it is that you're holding now. Feeling the weight. And then I invite you to simply raise your hands to your cheeks, maybe to your nose, touching your chin, running your fingers through your hair, feeling the sensations of self, feeling and noticing all of those unique features and the beauty that you hold. And then inviting you, again, closing your eyes, but bringing your hands to your chest and placing them upon your heart. Noticing your heartbeat. Noticing life. Noticing your connection with yourself, with the earth, and even with others here in this circle. We are here, connected to one another, in this space where we are all bringing forth this connection to nature, to all of the beings that surround us each day, to this more than human world that we are a part of, not apart from. Feeling that bodily connection to all that is around us right now. Again, I invite you back to your breath. Breathing in, holding it at the top of your breath, sipping in one more, and then releasing this energy that we hold in reciprocity to this earth that gives us so much each and every day. And in gratitude, I just invite you to be in your mind, in your heart, even a whisper. I invite you to share that gratitude with the earth in this moment. And maybe even sharing what you will do to support and reciprocity, for this inner exchange of connection that we hold with our earth each and every day. And now I'll invite each of us to just share maybe a few of these words of gratitude to our earth. This is generally our final community that we share. And so imagining that we are giving back in a tea to our earth, something of gratitude that we would like to share. And we can popcorn out if you have something to share. And you can also share in chat if you wish. And I share gratitude for each of you today. And I share gratitude for our Mother Earth that holds us. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to bring us into nature connection, either indoors or outdoors. Thank you, Dorothy. And I'll pass the nature microphone back to you.
Thank you, Tamberly. A very special experience.